Hey everyone, this is Mombi. Join me in walking around Twitter and seeing all the hashtags that are trending, getting yourselves acquainted with all the hashtags and topics today that are the most popular on Twitter, which is being shared the most. Okay, so there's a hashtag that is trending both internationally and which is being retweeted amongst the Pakistani community on Twitter. The hashtag debate night that was going to be expected. Finally, Hillary versus Donald. And I'm not going to go into the details because the details are, I think social media is probably flooded with them right now. But it was pretty much a lot of interruptions and most people very unimpressed with what Trump had to say and praising Hillary for having been as calm and as steady as she was. I particularly like the point where she says, I think Donald is angry at me for having prepared, or he's criticizing me for having prepared for this debate. But you know what else I prepared for? I've prepared to be president. Okay, so guess what? Avril Lavigne is 32 today, and so the hashtag Happy Birthday Avril Lavigne is trending. And I thought it was just really strange because everyone is retweeting pictures of her where she literally looks exactly the same as she did when she was 16 years old or 14 years old, whenever she first broke into the pop scene. Well, there seems to be a lot of love for Avril Lavigne on social media. Everyone retweeting the hashtag has something positive to say, or a really nice picture, a pretty picture of her, which I think all of them are pretty. I've never seen a bad picture of Avril Lavigne. And everyone says, you know, happy birthday, and there's our girl. So Saudi Arabia is trending amongst Pakistanis on Twitter, and it's mainly because Saudi Arabia has just announced, so ever since the 2014 fall in oil prices, Saudi Arabia has had to cut back on its expenditures and a lot of lavish public spending. So the reason hashtag is trending is because now they have the government of Saudi Arabia, not sure if it's a government or a monarchy, whoever's in charge has now announced there are going to be cuts in public sector government jobs, about 20-30%, and that's probably going to affect teachers or other professionals. This doesn't sound good, does it? Well, I suppose it makes sense that this hashtag will be trending on Pakistan because of all the Pakistani workers who are in Saudi Arabia right now. So there's another hashtag right now this morning that is trending amongst Pakistanis, and that is the hashtag Good Morning World. And this is just a random hashtag which I think you can go anywhere you want with it. So most people are retweeting something like every good morning starts with a cup of coffee, or this is what you do, or some kind of inspirational, motivational saying to help people get into that spirit of the week where they can give their best. Okay, and finally, the last hashtag that I'm going to be mentioning here, the one that is trending right now, is the hashtag Germany. And it's trending for a really interesting reason. Twitter calls the German guy who is up for trial for tax evasion. He hasn't been paying his taxes, so he has been called the German James Bond, and there are pictures of him in court. So I think it's just the whole James Bond connection that makes this trial interesting. The fact that he's German makes Germany trend. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, Mombi, in checking out Twitter and keeping ourselves up to date with everything that is really popular right now on social media. For now, it is a bye-bye.